Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism. Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen.
Next question. So I have a child who is 17. She has been treated by a pediatrician her whole life with not many major issues. She has high-functioning Asperger's autism spectrum disorder. We live in Eastern Kentucky and not many specialized options. They have a psychiatrist who has recently placed her on Depakote, and she started to hear voices and is very anxious, which led to anxiety and panic attacks. Her whole life, she was on risperidone, which has caused a place on her breast. I guess my question is, who can I take her to now that she is 17 to help her with anxiety and help her to cope with life in general? I need a good doctor specialist in autism. Please help and thank you so much.
Yeah, so if she's high functioning, both Depakote and Risperdal don't make sense. So I don't know why she's on either one of them, to be honest with you. We'd have to know more about that. But because it's very unusual to have a diagnosis of Asperger's or PDD-NOS or like extremely high functioning individuals being on either one of those medications. So I really think maybe you want to start looking at the same thing we were saying before. Essentially, there are physicians who are very, very good at working with our kids, and that's because most of them have adult kids on the spectrum themselves. And they used to be called DAN doctors, but now they're MAPS doctors, and you can look on the MAPS website, and I don't know the exact URL. Do you?
I think it's MAPPS, but if you just Google Med Maps with one P, it'll come up.
Yeah.
And they list you can go by state and see. Make sure that you read, because they have some that are certified and some that aren't. Read about them, and each one of them has a different specialty. So maybe they came into being a MAPS doctor and they were a pediatrician, or maybe they were an osteopath, or maybe they were a chiropractor. They're not all equal and even, and so you have to look at what their specialty was when they came to MAPS and what kind of work they do now. But there are some amazing people in that directory.
Yeah, and I would also say that, as Shannon said, there's a lot of difference between them, and you might, if there are two that you can choose from, see both of them and see which one you like better and which one understands your preferences more, because it's a long-term relationship, and it should be someone who's willing to consult with you for many years to come.
I'm Googling now to see what it is, whether it's MedMaps or not. I will say this, that it's a little bit better than it used to be. A lot of these doctors, make sure that you're talking with them about what your insurance is and if they accept your insurance, because a lot of them, your insurance won't take them or they won't take your insurance. So make sure that you're above board with everything and say, will this be covered by my insurance? Don't just assume, because that would end up in a hefty bill, because it's not inexpensive, these doctors. But they know more, and they get together and meet at least once a year. I think it's twice a year that they get together and share research that they have found in their practices, which is like so amazing. It's like hive mind.
It is MedMaps, 1P, MEDMAPS.org.
There we go. Wonderful. Thank you. You're much faster on the Google than I am. You're just better at your phone than I am.
I use my phone 24/7.
Well, and that's not the only thing you're better at than me. So there we go. So there's a long list that would take us more than today.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.